Hi everybody, let's take a quick tour of Uply. Right now I am in the main dashboard screen for an admin. Different people can have different statuses. Admins have certain roles they can customize, they can turn on and off features, whereas teachers can have only view of their classroom, and admins can see the whole school and all the students. So different admin and user rights apply to different accounts, and those can be changed. So let's just take a quick look over here. We have our options to navigate to some of the things we've set up in our settings to display to the admins. We can also look at our students. We can set the detentions options at the bottom, so we can take a quick look at that. And there's also a quick view. So why don't we just take a quick look at the student view quickly and see what we have. We see all of our classes, all of our sections are in here already. Once we customize your school list and data, then we can have these populate with your own students. So I can search by name for a student and quickly find that student. The student, I can award a positive award, behavior incident, whatever you wish to call these. You can be customized as well. So if you want to call them demerits or negative points, awards can be positive points. It's really a banking system, so you can keep assigning positive points or negative points. You can make interventions. I've set it up so we could also assign referrals to students. So if they go to the office, you can do it straight from your mobile or from your laptop. And there are a variety of customized options that you can build with Uply. It really doesn't limit you to one or two options. It really lets the school customize and add whatever they're trying to track for the student population. I can also look at past activities for the student, again, under the same categories. So let's just take a quick look and assign him an award. So now again, this is the individual student view, so I can be a little bit more detailed here if I wanted to track the reason why. You can customize the reasons for an award. Right now I'm going to choose an award for helping others. And the quantity can really depend on however you use the award system. You can give 1 point, or if you give 10 points. The point here is to be consistent and to apply your own school policy for behavior and awards. The date is set to the date that is being created, but you can also go back and modify it later on. Should an award be given at a different time than the incident actually occurred? I can include my notes here. So in this case, Ahmed sharpened all the pencils for the teacher. And I can also choose to notify certain individuals that this award is being given. So if there's a counselor, there's a caseworker, or another teacher who is tracking Ahmed, they can quickly be notified that this has happened. So I'm going to notify you can notify certain people of this event. I'm going to notify myself. Okay. Let's give Ahmed a point. In this case, we're going to give him a point for being kind and considerate. I can set the number of awards for Ahmed, whether it's whether the school does 1 point or 10 points, depending on the kind of economy you're using to incentivize your students. You can set the date if you want to do it at a later date. Sometimes we give a behavior awards or punishments or demerits at a different time than the event actually occurred. So you have to do that. I can enter notes if I want to be a little bit more specific or explain a little bit about the narrative about what happened. Again, this is just an option only here in the individual student view. So later on, we'll show you the quick view, and you can see how you can add these on the fly from your mobile phone. But in this case, we want to be a little bit more detailed, so I'll enter that Ahmed helped sharpen all the pencils. I can notify somebody, a teacher, anybody in the school that is part of Uply, and I can add more people if I want it, and I can assign a classroom book. In this case, the award is called a classroom book. Okay, so now we see that we're back in the screen. We can see his past awards. If we wanted to see what he had done, I can just click on that and review that. In this case, there were no notes created in January 12th. I can then remove it if there was a mistake. And it is gone. So again, this is the slower way, the more detailed way of entering whether you want to do awards or. Okay, so we're back in the dashboard. So let's take a look at how you would do that in a quick view mode. So I would suggest I would select the classroom, and this interface is pretty quick to navigate. You have the whole class here. The rosters are populated according to your student information system. Let's say I wanted to give Mongo the same sort of positive point. The same customized options are available. If I wanted to award any higher amount, I could also simply choose another value and another reason. I can also choose multiple students and award them all similar rewards. However, I can also input several other options here. So just as we can do positive, we can also assign negative points. So we can also select different options to assign the student. Positive and negative points are default, they come with the app. Let's say that Ruby got into some mischief, so I can assign a negative point. You can call these however you want, and the options are also customizable. So I can assign disruptive behavior. Now here I can't enter any notes. I would have to drill down into her individual student. If I went to students, found the class, or just simply entered her name, I would be able to get to her page and enter this information with more detail. But in this case, I'm in the classroom. I'm trying to make a quick decision, and I just want to quickly note and assign negative points to the students who may have been involved in the incident. So in this case, these both show that they've just been awarded or given a demerit, or in this case, a behavior incident. And in their accounts, they're also been notified that they've received it if those have been turned on. We also have, from this quick view, several other options like statuses. So you can set the status of one of the students as in class or in the bathroom, or maybe they went to a counselor. You could definitely enter that here and say that they've gone to the counselor or they are in the bathroom, for example. Now this automatically gets tagged with a timestamp. We have chosen to call our detentions, think quiet times here. We've customized the title so we can actually assign multiple detentions to multiple students. In this case, I have the same reason to apply to all of them. They were all chewing gum. And whatever you choose to call the unit, whether you're doing detentions by day or by session or by number of minutes, it's simply up to you to decide what that is, and then you just enter the servings or the units. You can also assign notes that they were chewing gum loudly in class for the 7th time this week. Actually, that's probably too much for 1 week. Let's just say 7th time this month. And again, these are optional notes. I may not actually need to do this. And I will assign that. With this quick screen, you can also assign a referral. So we can select a student or 2 students, but in this case, just 1 student will be going to the office. So I can again choose all the different reasons why I would be able to do this. And again, your school will be able to customize this. So encouraging fighting. I'm not going to enter any notes, but you can definitely enter some notes here and assign the referral. And the last option that's available to me here from the quick entry screen is intervention. Interventions are here to serve whatever purposes you need at your school. So, for example, some teachers, you might want to customize this to include things you do before you refer someone to the office. A lot of administrators don't like to get students sent to the office without a teacher having implemented some other form of intervention beforehand. So in this case, maybe you sent them to a buddy teacher and sent them to Mr. Collins, and you'll excuse my lack of capitalization. So that gets entered and that gets saved. So whenever there is an other incident or there's something, if you're discussing something in a parent conference, this might come up and you might look at what interventions you're giving the student. Again, interventions can really be anything you're trying to do at your school. So in terms of tracking different behaviors that may not necessarily qualify for a punishment or for a consequence. But they're just simply to alert and to flag certain things that you want to track. Maybe you're trying to track how whether somebody is displaying certain moods or tendencies, or maybe you're trying to track social emotional interactions or behaviors. That could definitely be included here in intervention, and it's up to you to do it, how you want to do it. I can also pick a random student from the lot, or I can just pick all of them or none of them. And again, if I wanted to choose classrooms, I could choose any of these other classrooms and I would just simply see that roster. Okay, so that's the quick entry menu. Again, you see all the different options, assigning positive points, behavior incidents, or negative points, set the status. You can assign detentions. In this case, we have chosen to call them think quiet times. You can also assign a referral, send them to the office, or give an intervention. And interventions, just to review, are just any kind of behavior you want to track at your school that you want to make sure that doesn't get lost, that you want to make sure you want to track carefully. Okay, so now let's give a number of students a detention or a think quiet time. This time I'm going to just say that they were disrespectful. In this case, I'm just going to say that they were passing notes in class. Typically, I wouldn't send a student to the office for this, but in this case, we're just going to say this is a zero tolerance school, and note writers get sent to the office. And I might want to choose a reason here. I guess this might be called off task. So this explains why. They are going to get 2 detentions for doing this. They're going to get 2 detentions. I could also use the bar to set the detention value. I can so let's just stop here for a second.